And this is the topic for today: how to overcome fear of going live. So this is always the same thing. So we have scheduled a Zoom meeting, we have scheduled maybe a social live. These are thoughts that could come up. Am I good enough? I'm not sure what to say. I might not look competent. I don't master the technology. There are people judging you. You think they might judge you positively, negatively. You don't have the time to do it anyways. I think these are thoughts that probably everybody of us has and had. And so if we are describing this procrastination of going live, which is it basically is what happens is that you are really on fire for something and you have an idea, you want to realize it, and then there are these thoughts. Do I have what it takes? Should I go doing the live now? Should I rather research a little bit better? Should I postpone it to tomorrow? Is anybody looking at all? And so these are the things that are holding us back, and then we do it maybe another day, right? But then after another day it becomes another week, and after another week it becomes another month, and so it's another year now and you haven't gone live, and you get frustrated and you get also angry, and also there is then even more this fear to go live, because now you have maybe already told it to somebody, or you have promised it to yourself, and there is this inner voice that builds up this fear. Okay, so what if you don't have what it takes right now? So should you prepare even more? And so it's this vicious circle of procrastination that actually makes you fear. And I think this is something we especially see when we want to inspire people, and when we have something that we really want to share and think, okay, this would be so great if people would know about this and I could help. But then more and more there's also the question, do I really have what it takes? Is it something that I can do? And maybe to share a little story, so I am cooking my daily meal right now in the morning. And I thought, okay, how cool would this be to set up several cameras and to do a live cooking? Because in the kitchen, so oftentimes there are so many great conversations. And so I just thought, okay, let's try. So there was this idea. So then I sort of built it up, and I already discovered with myself that, okay, it became a little bit too complicated. It took too long. So I had another call, and so I had to postpone it. And then there was the idea, okay, so is it really worth it? So would people like to see it? Should we do it at all? And so it's not the best kind of meal. So I'm not a chef cook, right? So there are other people who know it much better. So it was quite a journey, I would say, and it reminded me again how easy it is, how easy you are getting lost. Most of the times your first intuitive thought is actually leading you where your passion is and where what you want to do, to your want. So then your subconscious mind basically starts to bring you into this position and say, okay, so I might not look really competent, It's also a lot of technology. I don't have the time. And the neighbor just said about, oh, are you doing a cooking show right now? So, okay, so this is something. Or a friend of a friend said, oh, this live was a little bit weird. So what if the neighbors see this? And so this is a little bit where we are standing, and especially I would say the pressure is rising, of course, if you are an accomplished person who has already the audience. They expect something from you. So what to do in this case? There is togetherness of tech set and mindset. So you can do, of course, live that is going, where you go live rather quickly and say, okay, it's now or never, I do it, let's do it, so better follow your intuition. That's fine. Often the case is that if you have not enough followers and if it's not well prepared, you might not feel confident about the results. And so there are steps in terms of how to set up the camera, how to set up the light, how to set up the background that can make you feel confident. I am showing you now this idea that I developed when I started 2014 as a broadcast journalist here in Geneva. I had my first interview guest. He is a multi-millionaire investor and expert on diamonds. And so the idea was, interview him, a very short interview on investing in diamonds. So what to do in this? So I thought, okay, the question is easy, but I was really afraid to lose my thought, and that often happens when we are basically in stage fright, so that we don't know where to start. And so this next example will show you how you can overcome your stage fright and you can go steady on. So if you hit the terror barrier, which will happen when you are live in a moment and you don't, your body is panicking and sort of the body sends the signal, okay, you're going to die, so just run. And how can you actually trick your subconscious mind? And what can you do to, get over this terror barrier and to move on? So not to run out of the studio, but to do something. And this is to visualize. And I did this, how many years is that now? 7 years ago. And it has never left me ever since. If I have something important, I am using heavy, hardcore visualization. And so let's look at this here, at this example here. Hello from the Dukas Copy TV studio. I am Daniel Schwenger. Alongside me to discuss investing in diamonds is Mr. He is an investing and trading expert in diamonds from Geneva. Well, for me, I think every sentence was a rock. Even though I had English in school, I was in the US, but it wasn't my native language. And so I was unsure whether I am doing the word order in the right way, whether I am finding the right word in a quick way. So there are always teleprompters in the television studio, but not for the intro. So that I had to do a little bit myself. And so therefore the idea is make the first sentence work for you. Make it fine. Make it sort of go over the first sentence with ease. And then you have the leeway, the possibility to, jump over the next hurdles, the next stones. And so what did I actually do here? I started to visualize. When I was sleepless the day before the interview, I had to think of a story, a visual story that gets me over it. And that was here the idea. Do you know Heidi from the Swiss Alps, the little girl, and the television series, the cartoon series? So if you want to go into the first sentence, you really have to think of a strong hook. And so of course I thought of the hola dio, like the hello from Heidi, like when people are hollowing in the Alps, so hola. And that was my first hook. So hello Heidi. And then from the Dukas Copy Studio, so it's a little bit a name that is hard to remember, but the thing that came up was the copier, the Xerox machine. So I built a story with I am meeting Heidi in the Swiss Alps, and we need to install a Xerox machine alongside me to discuss. So Heidi asks me to install a long cable on the side. So alongside me is, let's see, to discuss investing into diamonds is, and so then the next picture is, I am wearing a vest with a stupid color here in this regard. So you see what comes. So you are tricking your mind with a story that is really giving you a lot of strong emotions and ideas. So, and this, even in the, stage fright zone, gives you the possibility to start with your plan. And if you have started with your first plan, you are at least one step further and you have the confidence, you have gained the 30 seconds to move on. So you have seen it. So it was not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I went on. And after that interview, approximately 400 followed. This is an idea for you to get your mind working into the right direction. So not to run away, but to meet the fear and do it anyways. Follow me also on YouTube, where you can find tutorials, reviews, and examples how to become a life magnet.